Hello, you guys! Oh my god! It's been the longest. I'm not taking that much time off again. Not intentionally, but it's just stuff I needed to sort out and things I need to do and whatever. And yeah, we're on 3,000 subscribers. There's 3,000 of you guys. So thank you guys so much and for your support, because my channel would not be anything without you. It wouldn't. So let's get into this video. I have been dating my dad and I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop because I never even realised I was doing it. I didn't realise I was doing it. How do I say this? Okay, so when you're brought into the world, your parents are like the two people that you see, right? So no matter your whole upbringing, no matter if you've got aunties, uncles, especially if you're in a household where you know both of your parents, that example is very crucial. And it's so funny to me because I just thought all the bad stuff that was going on, like the abuse and all of that stuff between my mum and my dad, I always like had aims for myself. I'll never deal with this, I'll never deal with that, I'll never deal with this, I'll never deal with that. And it's so funny that you don't really realise you being in similar situations until you're getting involved with someone else. It doesn't really show up in everyday life, in everyday things, maybe for other people. But for me, it didn't show up like that. It showed up within me getting involved with other people, aka men. So my ex, last ever boyfriend for a long time, I saw the bad traits. I saw the aggressive nature, controlling, demeaning, bully type of person, always questioning what you're doing, why you're doing it, and always would do anything to make you feel like shit. And it wasn't very hard for him to make me feel like that because I didn't really think much of myself at that instance anyway. Otherwise I would never have navigated towards that type of person. But I always said I never wanted to be like my mum in the retrospect of tolerating bullshit. And even still now, I still think my mum tolerates way more than she should. She's a good woman, but I never wanted to be like that. Like, because every time I saw her tolerate, I saw years on top of that. I saw more years on top of that. I saw more years and more years. And it's just like wasted time on people that don't appreciate you. And I never wanted that. I found myself being involved in that. And it's only now I can analyse everything as a whole. And I've always dated my dad in different ways. Meaning like, not just the aggressive nature of him, but then the lying, the deceitful, the calm nature. I've dated all versions, all of his personalities. And I couldn't stop. But then I was thinking to myself and I was like, Junior, how are you going to change this? I thought, I come with the conclusion, to make a change, I need to break a cycle. And for me to break a cycle, I obviously have to reevaluate what I look for and how my approach is to people. That's number one. What I accept. When things start going array, I don't just look over it. It's not okay. We don't just sort it out. When things are going in some sort of way and I'm made to feel a certain way with someone else, while we're starting to establish something, that's already red flags for me. That should be red flags. Because that's what I've overlooked. And then that's why you've got so many story times of me having this disastrous day, me having this with this ex, me this and this. That's why there's so many of that. That's why there's so much videos based on how badly people have treated. Because once something happens that's bad, that I feel like I'm not respected or regarded, I turn into my mum. And it's okay, you know. You don't say anything, and then when you do say something, but you don't say too much. But then if you even say too much and it gets to that point, you just forgive it. It's not straightforward. Like, it's never been straightforward with me and someone, to be honest. And the times that it probably was beginning to be straightforward was probably the last year that I was single, before I got involved with someone. Because there was stuff that I wasn't tolerating and things. And even with my former partner, he needed to prove himself. But he was still doing stuff in the disapproving stage that I deemed that wasn't working for me. But I was accepting it, and then I decided to give him a chance. And the stuff that I shouldn't have accepted still followed into the relationship. And then I just began questioning so much. But then that's my own fault, because I knew what I wanted and what I didn't want, and I still allowed that. It's like you can get in something so deep, and then you don't want to push your partner away because you don't want to say too much, but then you're hurting, so you want to express yourself. But even if you express yourself and you can see that it's annoyed or your partner's mad, you immediately succumb to it before they have a point, before they can, like, you don't allow that person to really work for you or to prove how much they really love you, because you're kind of doing their job for them. And that is a problem. Because when you're hurt and when you're going through things, you do go through that alone, because they're so used to you doing everything. They don't need to do anything. So when you feel in some type of way, or when they've done something, or when you're hurt, or when you're upset, if you're not silent about it, and if you do express it, they will say what they need to say to try and dumb down the situation, because you're just going through something right now, and that's how they disregard it. Like, you're just going through something, so you get over it or whatever. If you've had an argument, they wouldn't feel the need to immediately be of assistance or help to you, because that you need to calm down a bit, and you're just having your little time, and then they'll phone you and everything. Like, I've never had someone that has a fear of losing me. I've never had that. Like, if I'm hurting, I want you to hurt as well. If I'm happy, I want you to be happier. Like, I don't want it to be one-sided. Whereas you're hurt, I'm hurt. If you're unhappy, I'm unhappy. But when it's to do with me, you're happy to just go around and live life normal, because life still goes on. That's not how you're meant to be thinking if you're in a relationship. And those are the type of people that I attracted. And those type of people and those type of men, precisely, are my dad. When my mum was hurt, when he would hit her or whatever, and the next day would just be normal. He would totally disregard it. She would be crying and whatever, and it would just be normal in the household the next day. And there's just little things like that that kept happening, and that's what I mean. Like, you silent, you say what you've got to say, but there's no response coming from them, but yet that's how they say they love you. I kept on attracting people like that, just different types of personalities of him, and it can get you down, because you think, like, when is it going to stop? When are you going to meet someone that doesn't possess those qualities, where someone is just, and how long is it going to take? And then you start thinking about the future. And me, I'm young, but I'm not that young. So, like, you do think about this stuff, I kind of still am I don't know how to stop attracting those type of people, because every time I think that I'm changing the qualities or whatever, I still seem to attract the part I hate in my dad still so much. And it's really scary, to be honest, because I don't want to be alone. But that shit will make me want that. It will make me not date or anything at all ever again. Because I can't keep attracting selfish people that and being in people's lives where you're never going to be a priority. I cannot have a relationship like that. I refuse. And with this last relationship, I accepted the fact that I wasn't a priority. Like, I said it openly. I said, I know I'm not a priority in your life. But that's not true. I know I'm not a priority in your life, but it's okay. Like, I do know that you're going through. Like, for one, what kind of fool would even accept that? Why should I accept that? Of course I should be. If I'm holding you in that regard, it's only fair that you hold me in that regard as well. And if you don't, then we're not on the same page. Then why are we in what we're in? Don't tell me that you love me and all this rubbish, because you obviously don't. Because if that was the case, we would be seeing eye to eye on situations. I shouldn't need to question, or I shouldn't need to... There's a lot of things. That would be a separate video, but I'll probably do tomorrow. But yeah, it's very strange because I try and stray away from the type of man my dad is anyway. But you just never know, because you just don't know until you're in something and you come out of it. Then you reevaluate and you're like, shit. You start noticing certain things. You're just like, oh no, not again. I really thought that I escaped it from the ex, and I was like, yes. But it took me to being something else to come out to realise, shit, I've always been with my dad, just in different. Because I'm always fighting for approval. I'm just always needing to know that I'm present, that you love me, that you're proud, and you know, what is that called? Is it admiration? And that's what I kind of always needed from my dad. I would always do the most to try and get his attention, to try and make him proud, or to try and make him acknowledge me. But it never ever worked. And I find myself doing that in relationships. And I am with people, and the only way I can really do that is if these people are possessing the same kind of traits as my dad in the first place. That's what makes you reevaluate, because there's certain things that you shouldn't be doing. You have to just think about your parents, and there's certain things, there's certain situations where I've definitely seen where I've been my mum and I've allowed stuff I shouldn't have allowed. And I've forgiven. And it hurts. It hurts because it's fucking scary, man. It's really scary. Because I know how bad it got, obviously, and it got really bad in my mum. And my mum stayed, boy, like a soldier. But I wouldn't be staying for any of that. Because when I'm in love, I allow myself to get vulnerable. And when you get that vulnerable, people have control they already know your weaknesses, so anything can happen. That's the biggest fear, man. I would never want to be in any type of domestic type, violent type of relationship. But more so than that, I would hate to be in another situation where I have to question the person's love for me. That's like one of my biggest fears, because I don't think my mum ever felt loved from my dad, to be honest. And he was so good at secrets. Very good at secrets. And I've found that I've been with people that have big secrets. But tell me I have secrets when I don't. I'm an open book. But these people have secrets. HIV, girlfriends, wives, lover lives. I don't want to be with another person and not know who the hell I was with. Because you give your all. You wear your heart on your sleeve, you give your all. And for that person that you've loved for a certain amount of time not to be who they are, I don't know. Yeah. That is... That's what I was, thinking about, basically. I just I don't know how to even conclude this video. I think you just never ever never settle, and that's the thing as well, because people take that advice and use it for the wrong things. Like, things is nothing, because when you're hurting, yeah, the last thing that you care about is what someone's got or what someone's achieved in their life. Trust me, that's the last thing. So it's very important to not settle in that regard within how someone treats you and how someone makes you feel. And when you start seeing things, or they start putting you in situations that are disrespectful to you, or that you know that is wrong with you, or you feel it compromises your position, like compromises their love for you type of thing, then that's when you should just nip it in the bud. I should have done that so many times, and then nothing would have prolonged. It's just, you be quiet, you choose to overlook because you like the person, and then before you know it, something else happens. You may argue, you may not. Something else happens, and those relationships, if you notice, you never ever last. And if they do last, you're not happy, and then it's just like wasted time over and over and over again. Like, I haven't got it inside me anymore to keep allowing people to disrespect me like that. Especially when I'm giving you my genuine self, and I'm giving you all of me, like all, to the point where I have nothing else left even for myself. And you take that and you give me bits of you when you feel like it, but then you love me. Okay. If that's your type of love, me now want it. Okay, it's not, I don't want any of it. You keep it all for yourself. Be greedy, it's fine. Don't offer me any, just take it, eat it all for yourself, because me, I don't want it. Right now, we're gonna end this, and I hope this video made sense, because I don't know if it even really made sense, but I love you guys, and thank you so much once again for your continued support, and I'll be seeing you very, 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 very soon with another video. Take care and have a lovely, whatever time this is uploaded, have a lovely doubt. I just don't know. I don't know how to end it. That's why it's like, yeah, I'm just like talking now. Like, time is going. So yeah, mwah. Do you want one closer? Let me give you one closer. Ah, mwah. Is that nice? Oh, giving you a little shake. You like that little shimmy? A little another one. Mwah. Take care, you guys.